Let me give a summer update on what's going on with the pond and this whole backyard. Um, as you can see here, the deck is almost done. I've decided to just put a whole big deck all around this pond just for viewing, and makes it look a little bit nicer. It basically curves around all the edges of the pond right now, so kind of covers up a lot of the stuff. And up here we have, I'm still working on this part right here. This part's a little trickier because it's not straight line, but this is kind of like a staircase, except it's wider and it's irregular shape, and it goes all the way up to the deck that covers the two filter bins. Once this staircase or the stair or the steps are completed, it's gonna be hiding a lot of that stuff over there, so it's gonna look a little bit neater, and it will allow me to just get up here nice and easy. And on the back side, I have given away the vast majority of the pebbles to people, mostly on Craigslist and Facebook. And having that gone is gonna allow me to start working back here and making it, turn it into a different design now. So I'm gonna have to get rid of all these liners and redo this whole entire back, which is definitely a lot of time wasted and also money, because if you recall, I had to buy a bunch of bins, and then I got liners, and I also had concrete poured down here in this area. Yeah, I'm still thinking about doing something interesting here actually. We'll see how it is first. But for now, this is where we're at, and and that is essentially a whole complete redo of the filtration system. And all the months and months I spent here is essentially, or was essentially, pointless. It was for experimentation. On this side right here, I've taken out a lot of the plants and the little shrubs. We're gonna clean this up because now it looks a lot cleaner. All the horsetails right there were just going crazy, and it was not well controlled, so it looked really messy back here, but we've taken that out. As far as the fish on the small pond, there's really not much to say. The pond is extremely clean. The fish are doing very well. I'm just gonna throw in some food just to kind of show you their their feeding frenzy. But yeah, this pond is going really well. The fish are growing really nice. Not much of the issue. See that right there? Ah, crap. I'm just putting some food out from the dispenser. I should say the auto feeder. Yeah, they're very happy and growing very nicely. I'm gonna have to start moving out the big ones into the larger pond, just so that the smaller guys can get a chance to grow. The feeding frenzy I've noticed that some of the fish can get injured when they start going crazy at this, because they jump and they flap their tails, and sometimes they hit the wooden pieces on the corners here. One fish got a giant piece of meat sliced off right here. See this slice off from the cheeks, which is kind of sad, but it will heal. Some kohakus have lost their color, which is not surprising. I got maybe 2 or 3 that are losing the colors out of like the 30 or so that I got, so it is what it is. It's a gamble. But overall, the karashis are doing really nice. All the koi that I got from the Vegas trip are also growing. Yeah, water's crystal clear with the UV light on. I think the UV light is beyond just clarity. I think it's really good for controlling any potential pathogens in the water. Yeah, but this pond's doing great. No major issues. As you can see, I got these elephant ears growing, and the summer they're doing really nice. My giant tree back there is a longan tree. It's only like 3 years old, but it's pretty massive. Same with my cherry moya tree right there. Got a lot of fruit last year. We're trying and hoping for the same this year. And so far, all the indicators are showing that it's gonna have a ton of fruits this year. The big pond itself is still very green. Filtration is still going at it. I've decided to keep it a little bit green and let it stay green for now, because I think it's gonna help the water while the filtration biomedia is setting up and getting adjusted to all of it. In addition, it also kind of helps prevent any birds from seeing the fish as clear as they could. This pond is also doing very well. The fish that have moved here are growing at a staggering rate. If I don't know, it's kind of difficult to see how big they are in this pond, and also because the water's so murky, but they are very big. So I'm feeding them a couple of these buckets a day. See that right there? Yeah, some of these fish, yeah, they're just getting very massive. It's kind of fun feeding them now at this size. See that Karashi, Guinean Karashi right there? Got that from the batch back in what I want to say November or January of last year, and so now it's gonna be in the second summer. By the time it finished this summer growing season, which in California is gonna be around November. But as you probably know, I feed throughout the whole year, so it doesn't really matter. But that one is getting really big, and a lot of them are close to that size. I mean, that looks like 20 inch or so, but the body though, it's just getting a lot bigger. I haven't really taken them out to measure them, but see that right there, getting really nice and big. Alright, yeah, there's a bunch of them here. They're doing really well. Overall, no concerns on this pond. Everything is just taking time to clear up. Now, let's take a look at the little pond, the little swimming pool that has all the babies. And let's talk about the issues with all these little baby fish and what my observations have been. So these are a little over a month now, and you know, they're bigger, more visible. I'm not seeing a lot of kohaku style pattern fish here, or maybe they're just too small to see. But what I've noticed is that every single day there's like fish dying, and I change out the water a couple of times a week here. I aerate the water to give it, you know, movement and oxygen, but they're still dying. And so far, what I've noticed about the ones that are dying or the ones that are dead are a lot of them are deformed. So I'm guessing that this whole breeding process, a ton of fish are simply dying because of deformities and health-related reasons. For example, see that one that's swimming kind of upside down right here? Let's scoop it out. See, body deformation, it's not straight, so eventually they die, and as they get bigger the problem becomes more apparent, and it's exacerbated, so they keep dying. So every day I'm seeing more and more fish dying because of body deformities. For example, like this one right here, it's eventually gonna die. So I'm constantly scooping out dead fish here, baby fish. I gotta scoop it out so that it didn't mess up the water. But maybe that's just a way of isolating the good ones from the bad ones, because so far there's more that have survived than the ones that die. And as they get older, we're gonna try to keep the big and strong one and see how it is. But this is a kind of a good learning experience, just to see the importance of having the right parents, and how some parents will produce better babies simply because of the health reason or genetic compatibility. Um, Also important to note that perhaps because this was not a controlled breeding experiment, I just got these eggs from another koi keeper just to learn. So it could have been a lot of different parents that didn't have the good health and genetics. Therefore, it led to a lot of deformities. But for next year, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do my own breeding so that I can get better stock parents and hopefully better results. Yeah, see, so I'm scooping out dead fish. But if you look carefully, you're gonna see that there's a lot of fish that have bent bodies and spines. See, like this one right here, sadly. See this right here? Oh, here's a dead one. Okay, gotta take that out. But the ones with the bent spines and body deformities, eventually they just start swimming sideways and they end up dying, and there's really nothing you can do about it. See, like this one. Oh, shoot, see this one? You can kind of tell by how bent it is. See it? And it's not just sideways. Sometimes the spines bend upwards. Sometimes it bends downwards. And I'm sure there could be other reasons too, but yeah, there's a lot of things that goes wrong. So it doesn't surprise me that they have to spawn millions and millions of these just to get a couple of good thousand fish. I'm pretty sure there's over 1,000 fish here though, so we'll have a lot just to learn. And I've been feeding them powder, or not necessarily powder at this point, but I blended or I chopped down the regular koi food and just feeding them right now, and they do enjoy eating them because check this out. They're going at it. See that? Yeah, they go crazy for this food. I'm starting to see some Shiro Usuri, but mostly plain colored fish. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I see there's still a lot of fish floating upside down that I gotta clean out. If I don't, they start messing with the water. Okay, see that one right there? The spine's messed up too. A lot of issues. It's definitely a numbers game. So I imagine in Japan when they're growing out these babies, they just throw them in a pond and whatever lives gets netted up, and then the ones that die will just eventually become part of the water system. So, but here I see them every day, so the ones that are floating up, I gotta take them out. Yeah, but this is really interesting just to see them. The size difference between some of these fish is pretty staggering too. Some are like tiny, and then others are becoming much bigger. We're talking about like 10 times the size of some other siblings. Well, we're gonna wait and see how these do. Hopefully we'll probably get like 5-10 good ones, hopefully. If, well, I'm hoping a little bit more, but just for the sake of experimentation and learning, we're hoping to get some to see if the results were decent, because that is a lot of effort just to try to get a few fish. Yeah, look at this one right here. See, the spine is bent, and so that one eventually it's gonna die, I guarantee. It's gonna have a lot of health issues. Could be bladder issues as well, swim bladder issues, because if they're not swimming straight and they're swimming upside down like the other fish, then that's definitely a swimming bladder issue. See this one right here, still alive, swimming upside down. That's a issue right there with the swim bladder. Alright, so that's just a quick update, and seeing the development of these babies. We'll see how many survive by the end of summer.